Hello and welcome back to Age of Engineering. My name's CJ. Now, where we last left off then, we were just looking at moving towards getting those circuits ready to make the storage door controller. Now, between episodes now, I have done some work while I've been waiting for a load of those circuits to process. I did quite a lot of work before realising that a lot had already processed. As you can see, what I've set up here then, I've set up a redstone wire circuit so that I can turn these on and off with a light signal to show which ones are on and which ones are off, and the ones that are lit are off, the ones that aren't lit are on. As you can see, I've got two doing canola at the moment, so I can gather a load of canola. I just made up some simple system here to store as much as I can. I haven't even managed to fill all four chests because I've been moving it so quick. But what I've used here at the top is grated hoppers. It's simple to make a grated hopper. I'll quickly show you. Too many peas in hopper. So the grated hopper, it's just a hopper with iron bars, and that makes a filter. Now the way it works is anything that you put in this filter would be pushed to the right, and anything that doesn't get put in the filter will be kept here unless you put another hopper underneath to draw it down. So what I've done, I've set up that little system just to collect as much canola as possible. As you can see, I'm stacking up on the canola. This chest is now nearly full, so I'm going to turn this system off for a while because we're going to be moving now onto our storage drawers. Right, so moving over here, I have already got the stuff ready. I'll quickly just show you as well a few other things I've done. I've managed to automate this system, so we just get coal coke straight out into these chests. The way I've automated it is with transfer nodes. Now we sort out make a fluid transfer node. I have made a few of these item transfer nodes for these now, which just takes a transfer pipe, a hopper, some stone and some redstone. And obviously the transfer pipe takes hopper ducts, stone slabs and a piece of glass. And I have made quite a lot of hopper ducts, so we could be making quite a few of those in the future. I've got quite a stash already set up. I did build this docking station as well because I just wanted a quick look at it, and it's for automation of the calculator, but we'll get onto that at a later date. Now, looking in here as well, you can see I've managed to gather quite an amenity of things, even parts. I could have used them for that docking station, never noticed I'd even got them. Again, a few calculators as well. Now I've got to craft two more calculators. Also found these grenades, an advanced terrain module, an energy module, and a basic terrain module. And then we've just got some reinforced stone and some tools, hand crank generator, we've even found a crank, and then we've got some different types of wood. And these are what I've been finding while I have been doing all of these. And you can see I've processed quite a lot of them. We've still got some going through here. In fact, I've got some more there now. Hopefully I'll be able to quickly show you how this works as well. We'll let this just process them and I'll be able to show you how that all works. Right, over here as well, you can see I have put up the advanced greenhouse, so it is now up and running. I've just got the coal in there at the moment, the prune seeds giving me the coal dust. One thing I have noticed with this, don't try to put two different types, especially the broccoli and the coal, because whichever one's planted in there at the time, I had broccoli in there and it just ate away at all my prune seeds but never planted any prune, and it did change all the half and half had set up to all be broccoli, so they don't work together either, so you have to pick and choose when and which ones you want in at what time. As you can see as well, it keeps filling up as if it's just filling up this half of the chest, so I don't even know if this half would fill if it just starts spitting them out. But we're going to sort up some system to collect all this and dump that straight into storage drawers as well. And all we'd simply have to do is come in and change over the seeds that we have in here and take out all the what we've got in there. Right, so I've got all this automated then. I can turn those on and off as and when pleased, so I can operate which ones I want. Obviously, if the storage drawers are getting full, we want to be able to switch them off because we don't want to move on to void upgrades straight away. You remember the water tank? Well, I went over here and I created a tank for the creosote oil as well. I'll just quickly show you how I pipe that up as well. Right, if we come round the back here, we've got all these pipes on here. Now, unfortunately, they don't actually pull out of there, even though it's connected. You can take that connection away by hitting that connection with the hammer, but there's not really any point. So what I've done, I've put the fluid tanks here at the top, and they draw straight out of here. They then pump down into the wooden barrel, and the wooden barrel inputs on the top, outputs on the bottom, and that all goes into here. There's no require for a pump or anything either. This then just does push all the creosote oil into here, and as you can see, I've been on that long it is more than half full. So we're going to have to automate a process to make our creosote soaked wood soon with this creosote oil. So we can start using that before it fills up. As you can see, I've got a little system set up here with some tracks as well. So I can just dump the coal in there, flick it on, and it'll evenly distribute all coal into these chests here. I believe it should have some wood in as well, because I've got some wood ready in there to be turned into charcoal. So charcoal, and we've got his coal in there as well, which is turning into his coal coke. Still haven't set up anything for this yet, but I will get onto that. That's not a problem at all. But let's get started with today's antics then. So what I've got then, I have set some things aside. I'll put those grenades away. We'll probably go somewhere and use one of those. Let's get, first of all the items that I require out. I believe we're going to need that as well for another task. I'll keep those aside for now, and we'll come back to those in a few moments. I believe that's for that as well. Right, so the first thing that we're going to need to craft then is that circuit board for the storage drone. That circuit board is crafted using that, and these items will want to go into rear as well. This is like an automated crafting system. If you had the items pumping in it, it'd just keep pumping out the same item, and it runs on water and power. For this recipe, it requires water. I do apologise, because each one does require different fluids. Just want to check now on the storage drawer. Yeah, it's water, so it takes a bucket of water to form this task. So we'll make a few of these carpenters, because some we will have to pump in other fluids. So let's get started with this first. Pop that on there, pop those in there, and that on there. What are we missing? Is that one the wrong one? Is it supposed to be darker blue? I'll have a look, see if we've got a different one that matches that one. Might be something to do with that. I'm not too sure. I know they all look the same. Analysed. Is it that one there? That's the one. Picked up the wrong one. Slight difference in colour there. There we go, and we've got that processing. And that was processed pretty fast, to be honest. I wasn't expecting it to be done so quick, but that is brilliant. Right, so come down here then, to the crafting table. I really should start using that crafting calculator that I've got. That would save me some time. Now, what it takes to make the storage drawer controller is a basic drawer. Now, the basic drawers are simply made with one chest and 6 oak planks. That'll make you one basic drawer. And I've made just enough of these for over this in the farming area for the seeds, for the broccoli, and for the coal dust as well included. So I'm just going to craft this up then. We've got the items, we've got the redstone comparators as well. They're pretty simple to make as well. That's just 3 redstone torches, nether quartz and chiseled stone, or just plain stone will work as well. Right, so we've got that now. Let's head over here. Right, and as you can see as well with this, I did just have all the seeds feeding straight over into the top of this hopper, which then went straight down into a bin. I've put a filter on the bin because I just want to get rid of the seeds, but if we did have anything else, and I just want to test everything else would also flow across or flow down into here, and it was only the canola seeds, which I was getting so many of, that were disappearing down there, so that was working fine. But we will no longer need these now, so that's not a problem. What I'm going to do now then, I'm just going to quickly take all this out, get an area set up, probably build all this back up so I can block off that area, and I'll be right back when we're ready to set in all the drawers. So hold on shortly and I'll be right back in a sec. Right, I've cut out an area ready for us to get started then with the storage drawers. I've got a few things together as well. Hopefully we should have enough things. The first thing game placed down is where I want my conveyors to go. I could actually do with taking that one out just a second, so I've got some room moved around. Now I should have this directly there. That should be my dead center. And we'll put a hopper there. Let's place the final piece. And then we just need dropping conveyor there. And then just normal conveyors the rest of the way. There we go. Definitely on the center. Yep. Yep. Right, so next thing we want then, we want to get our storage drawers in. Oh. And we're going to have one left over of these. I think I'm going to actually sink that into the floor. Should have really done that anyway, but that's not a problem. Let me just take these out of here. Does mean I'll need just one more hopper, but that's not a problem either. I've got a few in a bag. Let's break you, and we'll go down here. Oh, nearly fell through there. So what? There for now. Take you out. I'm gonna have to take that out anyway. Give me that back. Let's get one in the back there, so you can't really see behind it. You won't anyway, like from back here, but just in case it did ever have to come down, don't want that gaping hole there. I also need this one. Yep, one more of those. Right, so the drawer controller then, we will pop the drawer controller here. And I will change out this as well. I'll go and fetch what I'm going to put there instead, so we can at least access it to dump stuff in. I'll put some stairs here or something, just so I've got enough room just to click on it and drop some things in. Alright, so we'll take these storage drawers again. Let me put my hoppers in before I forget. There'll be one there. Fill that. Right, this one goes straight down into there. Pop in the logs, fill that back in. I've got no stairs on me whatsoever. Let me just pinch one of these for now. Just so it's done and it's looking how it should be. Not there. There we go. So we'll still be able to access that for dump stuff in. Right, now just place the rest of these drawers. I could have even moved this over, to be honest. Didn't need to do it so far out. Yeah, I could have actually made this a lot smaller. What I'm going to do then, I'm going to just draw it all over so it does touch up with that corner. Bring it all over one. It means I can tidy up this area as well, because I did want this to stay at this level and keep with the two, follow that same pattern there. So I'm just going to cut while I tidy this up and move it further across, and then we'll get with arranging what we're going to have in each drawer. So I'll be right back in just a second. Right, I've set all that up. I'll go and show you that in just a second. What I want to quickly show you as well first, I did make a drawer key to lock and unlock these drawers so we can make sure they keep the correct items in even if they run out. One thing I also want to make as well is a quantify key. Now, the quantify key is made using another drawer key, so I'll just quickly show you how that's made. That's 1 gold nugget, 2 gold ingots, and an upgrade template. And an upgrade template is made with any drawer surrounded by sticks, and you get 2 of those. So I'm just going to make another drawer key. I've got those items there. Now I need to make a book and quill, and then we can make our quantify key. And what this will enable us to do as well is to show the quantity of the items within the drawer that we're looking at. So what I'm going to quickly do then, just before we start, I want to quickly just lock all these drawers so nothing enters. I'm going to organise what items are going to go where. I will put a bit of a canopy over this as well, as with this rain all the time it does drive me a bit batty. And we also want to make sure that we quantify each one. Now this I'll have to go a bit more gently because there's no symbol to show you it's worked unless there's items in the drawer. Right, and now we want our items. Now I've already got one of every item here that we're going to be popping into the drawers. I'm just going to quickly grab those. I think these far left ones are going to be our broccoli and our coal dust. Carrots, potatoes, carrots, beetroot. Coffee beans, wheat, and where are you? I've actually got no canola on me. Canola. Canola. Then we'll pop canola seed in the middle. Wheat seed there. Coffee seed there. We'll have nether wart over here because we won't use it that often. We'll also have sugarcane over here. Ender pearls up here. Hemp seed here. I am missing something. Oh. Let's go grab those. So I need a piece of string as well. And in fact I already want to change that one around. So you just unlock it, remove all the items, and then relock it. I want ender lilies in there. I don't know if we will get any ender lilies off the ender pearls, off the ender lily farm on here. That's something we'll find out in due time. And then I want hemp string and normal string. Now looking at this, I don't know how I calculated that like, but I'm still too shy here. So what I'm going to do then, I'm just going to quickly craft 2 more drawers, and I'll do that while you're with me. So let me just eat so I can get a bit of a sprint on. I do have rice as well, so that is an extra drawer. Rice and rice seed. So I'm going to need another, just another 3 drawers. That's making me just want to take those out of there. I think I am going to do that. Let me unlock these 2 drawers and take the items out. In fact, I'm going to rearrange those ones as well. Right, so what we'll have beetroot seed, beetroot, carrot, potato, and then we just need the 2 then for the rice seed. I definitely put on in, nope. I don't know how I managed to miscalculate that, but never mind, we'll get that sorted. Let me just quickly eat some broccoli then so we can get a pace on. So what we want to get now is chests. I believe I have some. And I already have dark oak. Grab all of that. So we'll place that there. Take those out of there. I've got no spruce more. Yeah, these can just be another dark oak ones then, so that's not a problem. And we'll pop that back in there. Take our new 2 storage drawers. And pop that one in there. And that one in there. The only reason I made the 2 is just so we can get this matched up. And we'll take his rice. Where's rice seed? Still kind of want to get the broccoli and the coal dust in. Whether I do a step down to there and put them in lower down could easily be done, just so they're heading out the way, and then I'm just going to have a spare here anyway, which I might just put something that I'm not really using but I may need, like pumpkins in there. That's another thought. I'll go grab those now. Sorry about that unnecessary pause there, that skip ahead. Just a bit of antics in the street, causing too much noise, unable to record. It's now over though. I've just tidied up this area a bit more. It took me a while to get this flooring sorted. Couldn't quite work out how I wanted it, but I think that is how I'm happy with that now. And as you can see, the numbers are building up as it's working now. I've got it all switched on so I can fill up a few of these chests. Obviously, we're probably going to have the canola on 24/7. As you can see, we've already got a lot of seeds, so we're definitely going to need a void upgrade. At least for this one, possibly all the seeds, because the seeds will build up a lot quicker than the actual produce. Now, the next thing that we're going to be moving on today then is going to be the vertical digger from Actually Additions. Now, this thing, we will be putting it possibly in the nether. No, not the nether, sorry, in the mining dimension. In fact, it's not a possibility, that's a guarantee. I have already got the parts together, so we can just craft it all together now, and then we can go straight into the nether and get this sorted. I believe these are the items that I require. Let me just get onto the crafting table. It reminds me, I've got all these seeds here as well. Let me just go pop that in there. Can't wait to try these grenades as well. If I don't remember this episode, we will definitely be doing the next episode, because it is something I want to look into. See how well they work, because I've been finding them in those circuit boards. Apologise about my dog there. Right, so first thing we're going to need to make then is the drill, which I have all the necessary items for, and then the vertical digger. Iron casings, I've left them in the bag, yeah. So we're just going to make that then, so we've got the vertical digger. We are going to need to power this as well, so I think what I'm going to make is some more of those, what were they called now? Thermoelectric generators from Immersive Engineering. So I'm going to just cut while I make 4 of those and get the necessary things that we're going to need. And then when I come back, we should be in the mining dimension ready to start. I'll see you shortly. Right, so we're here in the mining dimension. I've just been clearing out a bit of grass. Let me just pop that away. I did manage to get myself a pig as well and collect a pork chop. I think I'll just eat that now and get it out the way. Let me just throw these seeds as well, because I've got plenty coming in at the other end. Right, so the first thing we're going to do then, we're going to have to create its power. So I think we're just going to set the power up pretty simple. Just going to be 3 in a row like that. And that will be for our Yellorium blocks. And then here, 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 and here. We will have our thermoelectric generators. And then finally, here, here, here. So basically just an identical setup to the original setup we've got back at base. So we've got those sorted. Still not showing any RF. We will see if it is working now though when I plug in some connectors. If they start to charge, then I'm pretty sure it's just a UI glitch. Yeah, so they are charging. It must just be a UI glitch that I can't seem to get past, but it shows no RF inside them at all. But yeah, they are creating RF as they've just all fully charged relatively quick as well there. So what I want to do as well, I want to set up a kind of buffer to store some of this power, so we don't have to keep coming back checking that it's got enough juice. I think I'm just going to quickly set these up. Yeah, that'll do. And then we can have the inlets on the top. We will also set up, where's my bag? This one. We will also set up one of these here. I've already got this out, which I'll put that there. Then get one of these relays. Should we get his wires out as well? Pop the relay underneath. Connect that to all 4 of these. And then connect that to both of these. And that should then start to charge those up. And they are charging relatively fast as well, which is good because we do need quite a bit of energy to run this. I believe it's 1500 RF per tick. I will just check that though, because obviously with this pack there has been many changes made, and I'll say something, I'll check, and it's normally different. So I'll just have a quick look. So blocks that generate RF, oh no, actually I want to go back. We want to use blocks that use our tool. Oh, there it is. I don't know, I did not see that. There we go. Use these 1500 RF, and that's per operation. So we should have an ample supply here. I can see that those are charging up pretty good as well, so that should be okay. We also want to set up some sides for output on these batteries, so I'll set those sides for the output. That does mean that I'm going to need... Am I all out of those? Right, I am out of the high voltage connections. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to jump back here when I've got those high voltage wire connections. So I'll be right back. Try again. So I've got the connections that we require now. So I'm going to place one on there and one on there. Now we're also going to need another tower, another wooden post. Just for a connection, so we can join both of these into one connection and then back down to join these to one connection so that we connect the one connection then up to the vertical digger. Now that should be enough. Use some blocks here, climb up here, place you slap bang on the top, down we pop. Remove that and take that. We'll connect that one up there and that one up there. Now I'm not sure what size it is that the digger digs in. Right, I believe the first size is 3x3, which is 9, and then we use these phantom boosters which are created during that break. I'll just quickly show you the recipe for the phantom boosters. Wrong one. Try again. So it requires 4 diamante crystals, 4 Restonia crystals, and an ender casing. An ender casing requires 4 empowered diamante crystals, so I needed 12 of those. Ender pearls, I needed 16, and block of black quartz. And then with those, they actually boost the radius of your vertical digger. So I think the vertical digger then we're going to place somewhere around here. Don't want it too close because I'm not too sure about, as I said, the height that these go to. And we're just going to place these on top. That's how you place them on top, and that will now upgrade vertical digger to do a greater radius. What we need to do now then, we need to power this thing. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to pop a connection straight on the side. And oh, we've already got the wire out, that's not a problem. And we pop one on there and we just connect it straight up to there. Now, as you can see then, it has already started. That is actually going for a wider angle than I first thought. So what we'll do quickly, just before it starts, is stop that, take those off, and stop you doing that as well. Right, let me just patch up this hole. So, roughly the center was about there. And it was going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. It was going 16 blocks out with those, just those 3 entailed. So what we'll do is, we'll go from there. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. And what we'll do then, we'll place the vertical digger here. Now, what we'll do then, before it goes haywire, is we will just place... Whoa, it's already going haywire. It's not going to let me get out at this rate. Quick. Out we go. Right, so, let me just put something over there so I can get over. go back up. It seems to have run out of power now, which is even better. Just get that. Get out of here. Right, what we are going to need as well is a path over to this thing, because as you can see, it's going to be a little difficult to get out to it. It's going to take right the way to here. And what I'm also going to do, I'm going to build this out slightly, because we're probably going to need to extend that power line, unless it will reach all the way across. Hopefully it will reach, but if not, we'll put a post somewhere along the way. Right, I'm going to connect the power there. In fact, I'll also take this one off. I'm going to use that for pulling out the items. Right, so hopefully we'll be able to connect this straight up and there'll be no obstructions, otherwise I'm going to have to put another post in somewhere. Let's just check that now then. So we'll pop the power connection. I think I'll pop it this side. Then we will start the connection there and connect all the way to here. And yes, it does connect, so that is brilliant. Now, as you can see, it's already starting to dig. Let's reset that back to the surface, and we'll change the mode to mining ores only. And we'll take all that dirt out there. Now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to keep all that, actually, because there's quite a stack. I will get rid of the andesite. It's not something I really particularly bother about. Now, what we're going to need to do then, because as soon as it's full up on resources, it will just stop working. We'll pop a transfer node on the side, pop ourselves a cable in there, and then we're just going to dump that straight into this large chest. And this has two sides to the inventory, so it does have quite an ample amount of space, and that can now just be left to process all those ores. We may need a speed upgrade in there to pull out of there, because by the look of it, it is relatively, I know it's keeping up with the speed, so that's not bad. Just wanted to check that, make sure it was doing it right. So yeah, that's perfectly fine. We've got that all set up. Well, just before I go anywhere as well, can we reset you back to the surface? Oh, it's just mining ore, so it's not mining everything else. So yeah, it won't create a massive hole. That is actually pretty good, because that means I can just leave it to its own devices, and then when it's finished the area, if I did want any more of the ores or the dirt or the rock, I could then just come up and change it to mine absolutely everything, so we could then get all the items that we require. So I'll leave the bridge in just in case I do want to update that. Also get rid of that, and we'll leave that processing. Just for a go as well, I do need to remember to do this. Better chunk load the whole area. Claim the area, and we'll chunk load that. That should do it. Well, in fact, we probably don't need to chunk load that end. Where are we? Ah, yeah, we're right in the middle there, so that's not a problem at all. Right, that should be bang on. So we'll just leave that to process, leave that to gather some ores. It is draining the power, so we may need to make a few more of these and extend what we have here. But that wouldn't be an issue either. That would be a pretty simple fix. But now we've got some automatic mining on process. So as you can see, it's got some items there. And we're definitely going to have to sort out that power. I think what I'm going to do then, I'm going to sort that power out in between episodes. As for today though, that is enough time for today. We have stretched this episode out yet again. I do apologise for the breaks. Obviously, we can't always guarantee that my neighbours will be perfectly quiet through episodes. I had to take an unusual break, but other than that, thank you for your time. If you've enjoyed, please do leave a like, and if you want to see more of my upcoming videos, please feel free to subscribe. Thank you.